Good evening and many thanks for joining us. This is QTV Nightly News and I am Ansmane Sonyasi. And a reminder that you can also join us on Q Radio 103.3 FM. First, here are the main news headlines. In a significant diplomatic ceremony on Wednesday, the ambassadors of Japan and Ivory Coast presented their letters of credence to President Adama Barrow at the State House in Banjul. During a question and answer session at the National Assembly, lawmakers expressed serious concerns to Interior Minister Abdoulaye Sanyang over the escalating challenges in the issuance of national identity cards. The 9th China-Africa Youth Festival officially opened in Beijing on Tuesday, September 9th, bringing together young leaders from China and across Africa, including representatives from the Gambia. And the First Lady Fatoumata Barrow on Wednesday presided over a special ceremony to award scholarships to the top-performing female students in the recent West African Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination WAS. And in international news, African leaders on Wednesday adopted the Addis Ababa Declaration at the close of the second Africa Climate Summit held in Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa. Stay tuned as we bring you more on these and other stories. Now, in a significant diplomatic ceremony held at the State House on Wednesday, the ambassadors of Japan and Ivory Coast presented their letters of credence to President Adama Barrow, marking a renewed commitment to enhancing bilateral ties between their respective countries and the Gambia. More in this report. First to arrive was the ambassador of Japan to the Gambia, His Excellency Takeshi Akamatsu. He was received with full military honors, including a traditional guard of honor, underscoring the respect and formality accorded to this important occasion. Japan's ambassador was accompanied by the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Sering Modunjai. Speaking to journalists after presenting his credentials, Ambassador Akamatsu said his discussion with the President focused on the strengthening of diplomatic and economic relations between Japan and the Gambia, emphasizing Japan's firm commitment to deepening cooperation, particularly through forthcoming development initiatives. And Ambassador Akamatsu highlighted infrastructure projects as a priority area, underscoring Japan's ongoing support for the Gambia's socio-economic development and growth.
We have talked about various areas of cooperation, and the President and myself agree that we will be trying to enhance the cooperation into the next level. For example, the food security issue, digitalization, infrastructure, and some other projects which are on the hand. So I promised the President to continue enhancing our project, and I promised to come back again for the signature of the various projects which are at hand.
Shortly thereafter, His Excellency Mamadou Haidara, the newly appointed ambassador of Ivory Coast, also presented his credentials to President Barrow. Ambassador Haidara expressed Ivory Coast's profound respect for the Gambia and reiterated his government's strong desire to bolster bilateral relations. He outlined strategic sectors for enhanced collaboration, notably energy and agriculture, which are viewed as critical drivers of shared prosperity and sustainable development for both nations.
We have work to do with both countries, our brother countries, and we already start working on the power sharing, electricity, in other fields, agriculture, and so on. Côte d'Ivoire is meant to strengthen this relationship with Gambia. Gambia is the special country to Côte d'Ivoire, and we are looking forward to work together.
These diplomatic presentations signify a meaningful milestone in the Gambia's expanding international engagement. They highlight the country's rising profile as a valued partner on the global stage and its commitment to fostering mutually beneficial partnerships with key nations. And as the country continues to pursue ambitious development goals, the strengthened ties with Japan and Ivory Coast are expected to yield tangible benefits in economic growth, infrastructure modernization, and sectoral advancement. Ansmane Sonyasi for KTV News. Now, during a question and answer session at the National Assembly, lawmakers voiced serious concerns over the growing challenges surrounding the issuance of national identity cards, highlighting the frustrations faced by many Gambians in accessing this vital document. Our Bob has more.
You can get your ID card within, in fact, if you are in Carnifing, you can get it within 2 days, 3 days. But outside, you can get it in 7 days. Those problems are not. We don't have any backlog as of now.
That was Abdoulaye Sanyang, Minister of Interior. Honorable Modu Lamin Biba, National Assembly member for Banjul North, expressed concerns about the challenges in issuing and accessing national ID cards.
Of recent, I accompanied one of my sisters to get an ID card. According to the information that we got is that she can go and come after 1 month to receive the ID card. Why is that the case?
The ID card has a chip. And because of this Ukraine problem, we are not able to get all the ID cards we requested at one go. We get 25,000 and we issue those ones. So we were left with 70,000 that we did not print. That was the reason why you have those things. Now we have got the 50,000 that we requested.
Following the minister's response, Honorable Hassan Toure, the National Assembly member for Bakau, shared his perspective on the challenges surrounding ID cards issues abroad.
You may agree with me that we have more Gambians in other European countries. What was the criteria that you used to identify these 3 countries?
Maybe most of the Europeans, they don't need ID card, they need passport. That's why we have consular office, and then we are in fact going to establish 3 enrollment offices in Spain, Italy, 4, London, and America. We are just waiting for the immigration officers to be giving visas. We are asking them to give us visa for 2 years.
Lawmakers highlighted delays, logistical hurdles, and the impact these issues have on citizens' access to essential services tied to national identification. Responding to the queries, the Minister of Interior provided clarifications on the matter, outlining measures his ministry is undertaking to address the challenges. He explained that efforts are underway to streamline the issuance process, expand accessibility across the regions, and ensure that technical and administrative bottlenecks are resolved to better serve the population.
You don't submit any document to say you are a Gambian. You can't be issued ID card. What obtained here, that's what also obtained there. Some of them are just renewal. Some of them have these documents. Some of them have birth certificate. Some of them are rejected. You cannot prove that you are a Gambian citizen. So everybody we issued with an ID card in Mauritania give us the necessary document, verified, authenticated, and we issue.
The importance of ID cards recently made the news after the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education issued a press release in connection with verifying the number of teachers registered in schools. The notice said only ID cards will be accepted as proof of identity. This assembly session highlighted the vital importance of the national ID card in enabling civic participation, accessing financial services, and strengthening national security, while also reaffirming the Assembly's oversight role in ensuring ministries deliver effectively to citizens. For QTV News, I am our Bob.
Now, the 9th China-Africa Youth Festival officially opened in Beijing on Tuesday, the 9th of September, bringing together young leaders from across China and Africa. Hosted by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the People's Republic of China, this year's event highlights the strengthening of China-Africa ties with a focus on empowering youth and promoting mutual cooperation. Usman Jatta reports from Beijing.
The China-Africa Youth Festival is a key event under the framework of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation, FOCAC. Since its launch in 2016, the festival has offered and continues to offer a platform for hundreds of African youth to engage with Chinese culture, share ideas, and contribute to the ongoing development of both nations. The 9th edition is also anchored on the legacy of creating invaluable cross-cultural exchanges that build solidarity between China and Africa. Through these interactions, participants gain first-hand insights into China's growth while sharing Africa's rich history and culture with their Chinese peers. Mio Dio, Vice Foreign Minister of China, delivered the opening remarks. Achieving modernization is a shared goal for both China and Africa. China remains a reliable and trustworthy partner for Africa in its development journey. China continues to offer scholarships to students to study in China, supporting quality healthcare delivery, agriculture, and infrastructural initiatives, creating a brighter future for the continent's youthful population. Chidu C. Mpemba, Special Advisor on Youth and Women to the African Union chairperson, addressed the gathering on behalf of the African delegates, emphasizing the importance of youth in shaping the future of both regions.
That the story of Africa, China and Africa cooperation is still being written, and that the authors of this new chapter are not only presidents, are not only diplomats, are not only business leaders, it is also us, the future generation, the young people.
Throughout the week, youth leaders from Africa will explore China's cultural landscape, including the Qinghai Plateau, known for its incredible natural beauty. Participants will also have the chance to immerse themselves in the diverse traditions of China's ethnic groups, such as the Han and Zhang people. Representing the Gambia at the event were Aliou Cisse, a QTV reporter and presenter of the State of Affairs program, alongside Masane Kinte, the Gambia's ambassador to China.
There is a lot of cooperation between China and Africa, and one of the areas that we try to lay emphasis on is the youth-to-youth connection, the people-to-people connectivity. I think is very important.
I'm looking forward to learning a lot about China and interacting with other colleagues, from across the Africa region.
Amid growing ties, some experts note that the partnership between China and Africa is critical for global development, advocating for mutual prosperity and sustainable progress. Osman Jata, QTV News, Beijing, China.
By Usman Jata will lead us to the commercial break, but we will be right back.
QCell brings you the future with our ultimate bundles. Enjoy the best voice and data bundle plans in one package. Get unlimited data packages with flexible validity and enjoy what true internet feels like. Get 30 minutes of on-net and off-net calls with 5 gigabytes of data for just $350. Or get bigger bundle packages from 10 gigabytes to 20 gigabytes with over 100 on-net and off-net voice calls and enjoy the fastest internet speed in the Gambia. You can also buy 1-day, 3-day, or even 7-day packages and enjoy unlimited data bundles with uncapped speeds. Just dial *343# today and experience the limitless capabilities of the QCell network. *343# should be your favorite code to dial now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, we innovate, others follow.
Supersonics Islamic Insurance. Nyinne Gambia la insurance follow te mi yalonko yalla solo kuwol kamalena minnin sariyango tata ye kukuto kamalena minul be sone yaring falla bunda dal nga insurance service sifa jamal le sotali pour kaje ko ali kayro soto tanko aning hakil tenko wati o wati sulatala ida ke Supersonic Insurance Company la do kuoto isen na lodulaje nkumande bi +220 513 2319 513 2318 wala 513 2315. Iseng email no info@supersonicinsurance.com. Wara yetan na website oto www.supersonicinsurance.com. Ese futano na dunkira bato mimbe Beka Plaza 56 Liberation Avenue, Banjul.
Welcome back. Reminded you're watching QTV News, coming to you from our studios on Kairaba Avenue with me, Ansumana Eswanyasi. Now, First Lady Fatoumata Barrow on Wednesday presided over a special ceremony to award scholarships to the top performing female students in the recent West African Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination WAS. The initiative aims to recognize academic excellence and encourage greater educational opportunities for girls across the country. More in this report. 10 outstanding students from Methodist Academy, Mansakoli Bojang Senior Secondary School, and St. Peter's Technical Senior Secondary School were honored for their exceptional performance in the national examinations. The First Lady hailed the scholarships awarded to them as a life-transforming opportunity and extended her appreciation to the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education and the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology for collaborating with her office to promote girls' education. In her keynote address, she acknowledged the vital role of parents and teachers in fostering academic excellence and reaffirmed her unwavering commitment to ending child marriage, a practice she noted continues to undermine the dreams of many young girls. She also called for sustained support to ensure that girls can pursue their education without barriers.
Principal here is a principal because she has been to school. If they didn't go to school, they can never be in those positions. It is education that changed the world. Today, the president has written a book. He's from Mankamankunda and Hamlet, a village of maybe less than 10 houses before. He is the president of the country. It's because he went to school. You cannot be anything without education.
Also speaking at the event, the Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, Dr. Habibatu Drame, and the Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Professor Pierre Gomez, praised the First Lady for her unwavering efforts to promote girls' education in the Gambia. They echoed her call to end child marriage and recognize the crucial roles played by parents, teachers and school administrators in supporting students' academic achievements. Both ministers also offered words of encouragement to the scholarship recipients, urging them to remain focused and committed to their education.
We are so happy today to not only celebrate you, but to also be here to thank you and tell you that yes, indeed the future is bright, since we have demonstrated that through the exceptional results that you all acquired.
You created that opportunity for us. People here in the Gambia, like these ones, will be, through your office, be given that opportunity to have higher education. Others also got support, even to be trained outside the Gambia. And you don't know their parents.
On behalf of the awardees, Aminata K. Bojang expressed heartfelt gratitude to the First Lady for her support. She said that many of the scholarship recipients aspire to pursue careers in STEM fields and emphasized that the scholarships will significantly contribute to helping them achieve their dreams.
Her Excellency, thank you very much. This happened last year and it's motivated me to be here today. And I believe this will also be a motivation to many girls outside.
The ceremony underscored the nation's increasing commitment to promoting gender equality in education and empowering young women to pursue careers in vital and traditionally underrepresented fields. Meanwhile, First Lady Fatoumata Barbaro also announced plans to award 10 best performing male students next year. Ansmane Sonyasi for KTV News. Now, Angel Lobshare, an international chess master and the senior lead instructor with the International Chess Federation, visited the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education following its announcement to introduce chess into the Gambia's basic and secondary school curriculum. Mahmoud Gajaga attended and he now reports.
The meeting focused on training 50 teachers who will in turn teach students to use chess both as an educational tool and as a sport to enhance academic performance. Christina Aziz, the co-founder of Chess in Gambia Schools and Communities, gave details of the program.
Our organization recently signed a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, officially recognizing the game of chess as an educational tool and deciding to integrate it into all of the Gambia's classrooms and all of the Gambia's schools. Now, in order to do this, we have Anzel, who will be helping me co-lecture the Gambia's first ever preparation of teachers course. By the end of this course, we hope to have, we're training 50 teachers from various schools all across the Gambia.
As part of the MOU with MOPSI, International Senior Lead Instructor and Chess Master Ansel Laupsa from the International Chess Federation, FIDE, will support the rollout of chess initiative in schools. She will also conduct workshops and train participants as part of her activities in the country.
We are going to train 50 teachers. So just to give you an idea or another example, you know, when our kids are young, we train them, we teach them how to swim. But we don't teach them to swim in order to win gold medals. We teach them to swim in order not to drown. So the same with chess and education. So I personally have an African dream, because I'm also from Africa. So my African dream 2030 is that every child before the age of 9 in Africa should be exposed to chess once in their lives. Just once. Just learn the basic moves. Because we do not have to teach children chess in order to get gold medals. The gold medals will come because you will have a bigger pool to choose from eventually.
By integrating chess into its school system, the Gambia is not just creating better students, but better thinkers and strategists. Lamin Singate, the Deputy Permanent Secretary for Finance at MOPSI, welcomed the initiative on behalf of the Minister.
And then we are grateful to have somebody from the International Federation. The national chapter, I think, has done a lot of work in facilitating that. The Gambia government or the Ministry of Basic Education is quite keen to have chess as an educational tool. It's better late than never because we realize that chess also facilitates critical thinking. Because it's not only a game, but it's also an educational tool. And having these things, having it introduced to the school system will go a long way in helping our students, save their academic pursuits. In the same vein, I think what you mentioned now about providing resources to train the teachers, I think that's the first thing we should do first.
The benefits of using chess as an educational tool are wide-ranging. It sharpens cognitive abilities such as problem solving, critical thinking, and strategic planning, while also nurturing socio-emotional skills like patience, perseverance, and sportsmanship. Beyond individual development, chess builds a spirit of community and collaboration, qualities essential for success in the 21st century. Mamadou Gajaga, QTV News.
And time now for international news in a moment. Now, African leaders on Wednesday adopted the Addis Ababa Declaration at the close of the second climate summit held in Ethiopia's capital. The declaration signals a turning point for the continent, placing Africa at the forefront of global climate action with a bold vision of homegrown solutions, innovation, and resilience. Aissatou Bari tells us more.
Your Excellency, Mr. Mohamed Yalo, Vice President of Gambia.
On day 3 of the African Climate Summit in Addis Ababa, heads of states and governments endorsed the Addis Ababa Declaration on Climate Change and Call to Action, marking a historic step towards Africa-led climate solutions. The declaration, which underscored the importance of nature-based solutions as Africa's pathway to green growth, highlighted Ethiopia's Green Legacy Initiative as a continental model of large-scale reforestation. Over the 3 days, the summit united governments, institutions, civil society, and local communities under a shared agenda of sustainable development and resilience. Central to this vision was the launch of the Africa Climate Innovation Compact, a platform designed to scale homegrown innovation and attract investment to deliver 1,000 African-led climate solutions by 2030. Here is Tai Atske-Selassie, the President of Ethiopia.
The declaration calls for a massive scaling up of investment to transform our energy landscape, making Africa a premier destination for green finance and innovation. This roadmap is built on 3 transformative pillars. First, powering our future. We are committed to accelerating the development of renewable energy infrastructure and fostering integrated regional energy markets. Second, owning our resources. Third, protecting our natural heritage. We welcome global initiatives like Brazil's proposed tropical forest forever facility for COP30.
The adoption of the Addis Ababa Declaration symbolizes a new chapter in Africa's climate journey, one of leadership, unity, and innovation. With its focus on renewable energy, reforestation, and homegrown solutions, the continent is positioning itself not only to adapt to climate change, but to drive global action. Bankole Adeoye is the African Union's Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security.
Over the last 3 days, we have not merely debated, we have defined a new paradigm for Africa's climate future. We have moved the conversation from crisis to opportunity, from aid to investment, and from external prescription to African-led solutions and innovation.
As the world looks ahead to COP30 in Brazil and beyond, Africa has made clear it intends to speak with one voice and shape the climate agenda from the front line. Aisa Tubari, QTV News.
And in our tomorrow's bulletin, we will bring you the view from our colleague Senabu Chow, who attended the summit as a delegate. And I'm afraid that's all about it for this bulletin. But before we take a leave of you, here's a recap from main headlines. In a significant diplomatic ceremony on Wednesday, the ambassadors of Japan and Ivory Coast presented their letters of credence to President Adama Barrow at the State House in Banjul. During a question and answer session at the National Assembly, lawmakers expressed serious concerns to Interior Minister Abdoulaye Sanyang over the escalating challenges in the issuance of national identity cards. And the 9th China-Africa Youth Festival officially opened in Beijing on Tuesday, September 9th, bringing together young leaders from China and across Africa, including representatives from the Gambia. The First Lady Fatoumata Barrow on Wednesday presided over a special ceremony to award scholarships to the top-performing female students in the recent West African Senior Secondary School certificate examination. And in international news, African leaders on Wednesday adopted the Addis Ababa Declaration at the close of the second Africa Climate Summit held in Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa. That's all for this bulletin. To join us again at 10 p.m. tonight for another bulletin. Until then, thanks for watching.